Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Welcome, 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 welcome. Check, check, check. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay.
Welcome.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We know y'all are fiends and y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy where not everything is completely free, as we are on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see. But what is free is judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and some liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because sometimes we have vulgar, but all the time we have soulful conversation. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned into the season 14 premiere. We're back.
All right.
All
Yes.
right.
Season 14 premiere. Can you believe it? I think I said the same thing when we did the season 13 finale. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
I still can't believe it. 14 seasons.
I can.
Well, because you always had this vision. No way. He's a visionary.
Yeah.
I just tag along. I'm like, wait for me. All right. So, yes, welcome everyone to the season 14 premiere. We also want to give a big shout out to Joe at Center Stage Studios in Belmore. He always has whichever rooms, because they have multiple rooms where you can use. Whichever rooms we're in, he always has everything ready. The lights, the stand, everything.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is
I haven't
amazing.
seen him in a couple of weeks. I told him, he's like, how was the other guys taking care of you? Make sure they're taking care of you great. If they want to keep their jobs.
No one's like Joe, that's for sure.
So Joe is cool.
Yeah.
He's very.
He has in the winter, he has the heat on for you. In the summer, he has the AC going. You're hungry, he knows where to order food from.
Very courteous.
He's the best. He's the best.
You take care of him, he takes care of you.
Mm-hmm. Super friendly.
Once a year, he throws the veterans fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So
that we promote
great.
Also.
Yeah, right. So
so if you need anything you need to record, you go see Joe at Center Stage Studios. Also, you want to check out our online store at disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/.com. We have a ton of categories you can choose from. We have men's apparel, women's apparel, children's, babies. We have accessories, cups, tumblers, cell phone holder thingies. We have towels. We have it all. You want to go on there again. That is disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/shop.com. Another thing you want to look out for is Mr. Eel Discipline has 7, not 1, not 2, but 3 or or 5, 7 published books, and you can check them out. We have them on AmazonBooks.com, Barnes and Nobles. We have them on for electronic devices like tablets and your phones. So you can go on there, check them out, purchase them. We also, if you want to listen to the show, and because you can't watch us on the YouTube channel, we're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, Overcast, so many. Which other one? What am I missing? So many more.
Yeah, probably stuff we never heard of before.
That too.
Yeah,
and like Mr. Yildirim said, we're on Patreon. Become part of our Patreon family. You get exclusive content, specifically curated for our Patreon family member. Bloopers, we got it all. So check us out there.
All right. So season 14 premiere, episode 144. Can you love someone you don't respect and trust? Or one or the other?
Can you love someone you don't respect or trust? That's a hard one. Can you love someone? I think you could love someone that you don't respect. I don't know about the trust part, but I mean, I'm gonna go and say I think that some people do that because I feel like there are people. Do you need to change it?
Mm.
Okay, that are living in those circumstances. In the moment. You know what I mean? Like people do live with others that they don't trust, that they don't respect, and maybe it's just like circumstantial.
Sorry to cut you off for jumping off topic. I'm just OCD.
Oh,
You
what
know
happened?
how I am. Like if
Yeah,
there's a little speck here, I'm
yeah,
so neat.
yeah.
I'm just OCD. That's why it's not bothering anybody. It's just I like shit straight.
Oh, I
So
got
we won't change it.
linear.
But we'll just keep going. You're right. But I asked this because it's a brain teaser, right? There's no real answer to it
Right.
because
How you gonna
everybody
get the right answer?
everybody
Right?
views love differently and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's love language is different.
Different. Yeah.
So me personally, I'm gonna talk about universal men and women. Then I'm gonna talk about myself.
Mm.
So men and women, absolutely
Yeah, I think so too.
subjective. What love is. So absolutely, love could be just care for somebody. Like
Taking care of
I
them.
don't trust my mom. I don't even respect her anymore,
Yep.
but I love her.
Mm. That's true.
I don't trust my dad. I don't respect him, but I love him. My
Mm-hmm.
brother, I don't know, a coworker,
Mm-hmm.
friend I knew, he stabbed me in the back multiple times, but I'm loyal to a fault. I'm always gonna set myself up to be fucking stabbed in the back. I'm just loyal to a fault. I love him,
Right.
but I don't trust him, respect him. See, that's subjective.
Exactly.
Me personally, no.
Mm.
Because
You always been
everything
like that?
ties together. Yeah. Before I even understood what was going on, just doing things subconsciously, reacting subconsciously.
Can I ask you in a romantic thing or
No,
across the
everything.
board? Yeah, well,
So
really.
friendships.
Friendships, like I can see, I think I'm stuck in that with like relatives. You know what I mean? Like my mom, let's say. Like I love her because she's my mom, but I don't really trust her.
No, I mean even family. I'm just kind of like I don't have to love you because we're blood. There's nothing in the stones that say that for me to, you know what I'm saying? Some
That's true.
people, you love them more and you trust and respect them more and they aren't blood. And you
That's true.
consider them blood.
Yep, that's true. I have
You
those
know,
people in my life too.
yeah, so it's like me personally, I'm very strict and hard, not just on myself, but people around me. I hold them to a high standard like I hold myself. So I hold them to the same standard or higher. So, um, you know, and I've said this in shows prior. I've had friends who were ex-friends.
Mm-hmm.
Why? There's a reason.
Yep.
So that's a major context that we're talking about with trust and respect that is no longer existent.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, like, I'm not going to have love for them either.
Yeah.
It sounds like hater or whatever it is. I can wish them the best, but I don't have to have love for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I also think that when you have somebody that you don't trust and or don't respect and you do love them, I do feel that because those other two things are lacking, that love does kind of diminish, or at least it starts lowering, because then resentment sets in. Like loving you, but I can't trust
Yeah.
or respect you.
Yeah, so when we look at, so I said the universal thing, I said myself. Now let's break it down, men and women. Women can do that more than men.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
And I
and
think
this is the biological aspect of women, that it's like, for them, it's like the loyal to a fault concept I said earlier. It's like that. It's I'm gonna give you an example so people can understand even more. You take a female boss and a male boss. Do you remember what you were gonna say? Because I don't want you to forget.
Yeah,
Write it
I'm
down.
writing it down.
A female boss and a male boss. I'm gonna give you an example. When I go back to work on Monday, I'm gonna have to write up one of my best workers.
That's
Got
tough.
love for him. I respect him. I trust him. But he was late again. You know what I'm saying? And there's times where I was like, yo, I could work with your schedule. I know you work the other job and you serve and stuff like that. Sometimes they got you coming home late. So I could have you on the weekends or whatever you're doing the week. I could have you do a closing shift, put somebody else in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
or you could do a mid. So
Yeah,
you
you
get
don't gotta
enough,
wake
you
up
get
early.
adequate sleep.
Exactly.
No, I can handle it. Okay, I'm gonna trust your word that you could do it. It was already written up before
For the same thing?
for the same thing.
Oh.
Everything else he's good in.
Mm.
So this is what I'm getting to. Because I mentioned these key terms, love him,
Mm-hmm.
I respect him, I trust him, he's my best. I don't give him special treatment. The male boss who's dominant is not in his feelings.
Mm.
So even if I like you, I'm holding you more accountable. You've been there the longest too.
Yeah.
Hold you in high regard. Like if I'm not the manager anymore and I go to regional VP, I'm keeping you on the list
Right.
to theirs. And you know, if you can't even do that, lead by
Right.
example. I don't know if my decision is gonna be great if I do that.
Right.
Put my name out there for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Help promote you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. A woman. Oh, but I've hired my best friend. Okay.
Or
She
even just
gets emotional, and now it's like favoritism,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying favoritism is involved. Okay, just don't let it happen again. It's happened 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
One time, this was years ago, because I've always been a manager. I got like almost 20 years of management experience.
That's awesome.
My mom, years ago, like maybe when I was like 27, my mom asked me, "Oh, why don't you just hire me?" This was when I worked for a different corporation. "Oh, why don't you hire me?" And I'm like, "Mommy, I'm not hiring you. And no disrespect, but I know you're late. And there's certain things because I'm your mom, you're gonna think that I could give you like slack, and I could give you favoritism. I'll fire you. I'll fire you." And she's like, "Yeah, so."
She's like,
She's
I'm your
like,
mother.
"Get the pasa." She's like, "I'm your mom. Like, you gonna do that to me?" Yes.
Yeah.
So it's best that you don't work with me.
Mm.
So
See, I'm like that. I'm like, no,
so
I
this is
can't.
the difference with like men who are more in there, like a masculine or alpha dude, a dominant leader versus a woman leader. So the woman will always make her decision based off emotion. I'm not making my decision based off emotion. It's logic. If I let you slide, that's not fair to the other people, even if they don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't reprimand my employees in front of others
That's
unless
good.
it's like a woman. Because she could say anything, so I'm going to bring a witness.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was confused.
You know what I'm
for
saying? I'm
a
going to
second.
bring
I
a
was like,
witness.
That's mean.
And that's another thing, too, because women can be more vindictive.
Mm-hmm.
Like a man will take it. Like even after that happened, he took accountability. Yo, I know I said it won't happen again. I'll take any type of repercussions. I respect that about him. Still, even, you know what I'm saying? He did it.
Yeah.
But I've had women that did the same thing, and I read first thing they did, excuse, blah, 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 blah. Oh, have some sympathy. What?
Yeah.
So if I let you slide up, I treat them to the same thing. If you're a manager and he's a manager, y'all gonna do the same job. I've had women take out the garbage. I've had women swept. I've had women do truck. You don't get a pass.
Ooh,
you don't
truck.
get treated. You don't get
Special.
treated special. So the chauvinism is not present in the job, but I'm still dominant. It's only present in my relationship.
Well,
So it's
good.
just like submission, right? I have a girl who's an employee. She's trying to bring me coffee. Why? This ain't in your job description. Did I tell you I needed coffee? No, I just thought maybe you're trying to kiss ass to get a better situation here, so I could give you some favoritism. Versus the sub doing that. Oh, I'm so appreciative. I love you. I'm so appreciative. You see the difference?
Yep, I see it.
So in a sense, it really depends on the gender too. So I talk to universal that everyone can based off love languages and subjectively, what do you believe is love? Some people don't believe it's love. It's like a chemical reaction. Like, what is it? Dopamine? Like, what is love? Love. It could be fluff. Like, Johnny said that in episode 70 when I brought him on, my brother. It'd be fluff. A chemical reaction. Depends. Then I break it down in a biological aspect. So who's going to be more prone to have empathy? Men or women?
Women.
You see?
Yeah, of course.
So
I think that also go like with what you were saying, how like which sex will be able to love someone without respecting or trusting them, and like like you said, I think it does go back. Women will do that because when it comes like in terms of cheating, let's say in a romantic relationship, a man cheats, a woman is always going to be like, well, maybe he won't do it again. I'll give him, another chance. Or I could love it out of him. Like, women always want to be saviors. We want to save somebody. We want to be the one to change them. That's why I think women will stay in that. A man, we've all heard it. A man can cheat 5 times. A woman cheats once. He's like, that's it. Get out of here. That's basically like the same thing. You can't, how is he going to stay? I'm assuming in a man's mind, I can't stay with you if you cheated on me. So that's why I'm breaking up with you. Okay?
There are a lot of reasons to that. We talked about in the last shows.
Yeah.
We'll jump back in topic after I explain it because people to this day probably don't understand it. It's subconscious why men feel that way and women feel that way. It's subconscious. Once you start to understand, your conscious and subconscious are one. Like the soul, mind, and body become one, right? So the thing is, in that aspect, and it could be subjective as well, one man could be thinking the opposite of another man. One man could be thinking, yo, I have to earn certain merit to even get the woman to look at me twice. So it's hard to get it.
Okay.
So if I got it, I'm a stud. The woman gives it. So it's easy for you. So like for a man could be looking at it like, wait a minute.
You're talking about sex?
You're the one that has to relinquish control, metaphorically, right? Like opening the legs. You're the one that has to relinquish control. I gotta get it. I don't relinquish control, especially if I'm dominating in there. It's not common for a woman to dominate a man in bed. So I conquered a woman. So somebody conquered you. So you allowed that. That's like worse than me doing it. Yeah, it's double standards and everything, but to make you understand, that's how it's being viewed as.
Like
so that's
you
why
let another man in the castle.
Yeah, so a woman could be like, yo, I don't trust and respect him. He's a hypocrite. Da 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 da. The moment I did it one time, like how many years we've been together for? Let's say, like that movie Baby Boy, right? Shout out, rest in peace, John Singleton, Tyrese Gibson, and Taraji Henson, right? Yvette and Jody. Oh, you cheated on me. Da, 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 da. They probably been together for years, right? You did time or whatever, comes back. Fictional film, ladies and gentlemen. And then it's like, oh, why do you do it? Da, da. The moment she's doing it, but wait a minute. Snoop Dogg, who was playing, what was his name? Loke?
I don't remember his name. But I remember,
She was definitely cheating.
That was her ex, right?
Yeah, because he was calling like, is that Jody? He knew all about him. Jody that's doing this, that ain't a man to take care of his kid, and da 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 da. And he's over here like, yo, you was dealing with this nigga while I was in time. So now it's reversed, right? He's back home, he's in the pen. So in a way, it's like a woman could look at it like, oh, we've been together for years. You cheat on me like 10 times, 20 times. I do it once and hypocrite. So she's thinking, oh, you're a hypocrite. Double standard. But in a sense, it's like we're not understanding our nature and the opposing person's nature, like gender. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, it's like another man could be thinking, like another man could be thinking not the same as conquer and stuff of that nature. Those terms are not flowing in his head. He could just be thinking on a sense of, for her to entertain another guy is just disrespectful, let alone take it to that level of physicality, where the man is thinking, oh, well, it's not disrespectful. I'm not in love with them. I come home to you all the time. I do this for Valentine's Day. I did this for you. I take you on trips. I provide. They're nothing. I'm not investing emotion. So he probably thinking he's not cheating. In his mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could just not have sexual discipline.
Right. Well, I think that's where obviously there's more to it, science and biology and all that stuff. But that's why you got to talk with your partners and find out what they consider cheating and what's okay and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because he could be fine and she could be fine and they don't talk about it, you know what I mean? With the same ideology. Okay. But because he came with dealing with another woman that didn't agree with it, now he's hiding it. You know what I'm saying? That makes it cheating.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Let's see. Can you have sex with someone you don't trust and respect, or one of the or one of both?
I definitely think, in general, for people, it is possible. Sex workers do it all the time. You know what I mean? They
Mm,
don't love or trust them,
good point.
but they do have to. They got to do what they got to do. Um, but for like, I'm gonna go and say for me personally, um, I have. I was able to stay with someone and without trusting them or respecting them, but obviously that didn't last very long. And I think that as I have gotten older, I see things in different ways. I think that that's a very young maybe mentality to in dealing with something like that. And for me, it was my young mentality.
Okay, so let's see. When I was younger, I did it,
That's what I'm saying. That's
and I
what I
talk
think.
about it all the time. That one woman who was like trouble, only one that gave me the most problems of like enforced submission. That I
Mm.
did it. Um,
Yeah.
I'm still was finding myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But eventually I had to make the decision. Oh, we know we can't resolve issues with sex. That's what she wanted to do. I've
Mm-hmm.
said this already in shows. So I had to walk away. Women like that ain't walking away.
Mm.
They'll try to make your life a living hell, but they ain't walking away. You will give them ultimatums. Hey, listen, the door's over there. No, I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. Da-da-da-da. Why are you complaining about this then? Most of
Yeah.
those women are not leaving, so it's gonna it's gonna be up to the man to eventually like step aside, like go. So I've done it, not many times. Then that just that one relationship, one situation. So now, current me, no, I can't. Can most people do it? Absolutely.
I
And
was
they
about
don't
to
even
say that.
realize,
Mm-hmm.
subconscious, for many reasons. Can I put a gender on this? No, I can't, because a lot of people don't know themselves. But who's more prone to do this than more women or men? Women. But today I could also say it's equal.
I think it's definitely
It's
equal.
equal because the man can do it even more because the hoe who he doesn't trust and respect, he can still fuck.
Yep.
Who he hates, he can still fuck. The woman needs to like you a little bit. You need some type of substance. Oh, he made me laugh, even though I gave him
Yeah.
the cheeks the first night, one night stand. Met him
Mm-hmm.
at the bar. It was something. It's something, right?
Yep.
The guy could walk in, just pick anybody. Let's go fucking in the bathroom. Guy could walk in the whole time. He could be a chauvinistic guy. She could be a feminist. The whole time at the bar, they're arguing. The end, you want to fuck? Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm. See,
They
I
don't
think it's the
respect each
opposite.
other. They don't
Mm.
trust each other. But it will do it. Now, the biggest reason also why they will do it, so one is subconscious, two is it's both genders, three is what is the major reason why they will engage with them sexually knowing that they don't trust and respect them? Selfish gain.
Mm. Yeah.
Instant gratification, instant sexual gratification.
Yep.
Self. You see what I'm saying? So that's the case. The feminist, no, doesn't vibe with the male chauvinist. But yo, you wanna fuck? She already knows. Oh, he probably could put it down, even if it's gonna be the first time. He probably got me riled up from the debate.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
that's a
trust it.
form of flirting.
Yeah, I don't trust and respect him, but he probably gonna fuck my brains out, and I need that. Because the feminist is most likely highly inner masculine.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna like regular sex. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
gotcha.
she gonna like degrade me and shit. That's the irony about strong, independent, and empowerment and respect me. In private, they want to be degraded.
Mm.
So in a way, it's like gonna rile her up to be like, yo, he an asshole. But I fuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
See, if for selfish gratification, he probably gonna make me not. All these other dudes are weak. They can't even do it. They don't know what a clitoris is. So the thing is, with her, she's gonna be like, oh, he had all this time debating back and forth with me. He's standing his ground, but he must be like that in bed. He gonna bring that in the bedroom. She probably just dissecting in her head. Let's go.
Probably that's what girls
So
do.
she's just thinking more selfishly. The guy too.
Definitely.
He's thinking, The good girl, I'm not a trainer. I don't want to turn her. I don't want to teach her nothing. The whole, I don't respect and trust them. I got my special morals. I don't even like what they do. But I fuck with them because they'll probably make me nut. They'll be more adventurous in bed. Easier, da-da-da-da. They'll give it up quick the first night, stuff of that nature.
Right. You don't got to put too much effort into it.
Yeah.
I also think, though, a lot of people think that they can work through issues with sex. Not just men, not just women. I think it's both. Like, I feel like if a man and a woman are arguing, I feel like a guy's going to be like, let me just shut her the fuck up, give her some dick real quick, and that's it.
No,
we don't got to deal
a lot
with
of men won't think like that. Those are like those sadistic dudes who don't know themselves.
Right, but okay, we've always talked about you're a different type of man. You know yourself. You're very aware.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of people walking around like that.
Okay, so I base this off of like, I'm the life coach, right? So
course.
I talk to men and
That's
women.
another thing, life coach people.
So I talk to men and women. So when I talk to them about, like pause, no homo, right? But a man, could talk to another man about these type of
course.
topics, sex. Like what's going on with your partner, blah, 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 how often. When I talk to them about stuff like that, I always hear men like having the fantasy of being dominated. I don't encounter a lot of men who get gratification in dominating. You see? So most likely that's a dominant guy who's toxic. Because he doesn't know himself. And he could be a bit sadistic. So he's thinking, yeah, let me shut this bitch up. Put a dick in her mouth. Let me shut her up. She give me some dick. She probably complaining about that because she ain't got it. Dick hungry.
That's what I thought.
You know what I'm saying? She's hungry for regular food. Dick hungry. So it's having to react. Like, what's going on with you? Why you got an attitude? Oh, I'm probably hungry. No, she dick hungry though. So now her vagina is growling. Everything too. So it got a mind of its own. Dick hungry. So that dude might be like, oh, let me calm her down by giving her this because it's gonna shut her up. That's a dominant guy because most likely he's gonna dominate. He's not saying let me just let her take it. You see? So now the woman will now the woman, even though she doesn't trust and respect him, she might be tamed in a sense after that. Because he dominated. Remember, the woman is not going to be tamed if she's doing that because she's doing a lot of work, especially in there. You got to wear her out. And you can't do that. You can't both wear each other out. One person's doing more work even in there. So if he's putting it down, he's working her like a workout. So she's exhausted now.
That's what
he probably did it so well, you don't need to go another round. So she's going to be, the irony about her being exhausted, she's going to be, she's going to be happy. Yeah. Sad, like sufficient.
And then forget what the hell the argument was about until the next time around.
There's a psychological term for that. Really? It's true. Like a woman has short-term memory loss for good dick.
Oh,
Look it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the women will be with the guy. Oh, you did 10 times. We've been together for 10 years, 15 years, 2 years, 3 years. You did it 5 years I've been with you. You did it 10 times. Why? So she keeps forgetting. Keeps, that's what we're looking for. Keeps, not thanking him. She continues to forgive him. That's what I'm looking for. Without, like, indirectly. She doesn't need to say, I forgive you. But she does little things. Oh, you want something to eat? After they, you never cook. That could be her way of saying, thank you.
They're saying it over here. Women who get placated with sex are nymphomaniacs.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting her used to something. Yeah, right?
Definitely.
So can it happen? Yeah. Can you do it?
Can I do what? What's the question?
So we talked about you did it when you were younger.
Not now.
People. Okay, so you can't do it now.
Not now.
I did it when I was younger, finding myself, knowing myself now. No.
Definitely. Younger, not knowing yourself. I mean, there's so many things that you do stupidly.
More personally, what I do, a lot of men don't do. So I just realized this is backwards. From what I do, that a lot of men do, I'm taking that job away from you if you ain't gonna do it right. From what I do, that a lot of men don't do is a gift. So in order for somebody for me, I'm going to talk about me.
You talking about sex?
Yes.
Okay.
So in order for a woman, anybody, family to friends, colleagues, in order for them to gain my trust and respect, they have to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to have love for them or give them certain rewards, they have to earn it. So if sex is a reward, I believe, that I'm giving to a woman, the masculine is giving the feminine sex,
She has to earn it.
she has to earn it. And how is she going to earn it? Through these major components, trust and respect. So if I don't trust and respect her, I'm not going to give her. Now, let's say it's a rare situation where I'm extremely horny. She's there and we're in a relationship, but I don't trust and respect her. I give her 10%. And maybe the 10% is good still. It's not great. Like, she's going to know a difference.
Oh, especially if she's with you.
Did he just lazy dick me? Wait a minute. She might be thinking like that in her head. He usually takes his time. Some foreplay even. She's going to notice something is wrong.
Something's off.
So in a way, it's like now when I am entering that dynamic environment, I'm thinking unselfishly. Maybe everything else, I'm like, I get served first, I come before you, whatever, right? But in that aspect, I'm like, I'm putting you first, right? You get a couple off, then I'll get mine last. Okay. But in that regard, I'm like, fuck yours.
He's so
it's mine.
sadistic.
You see? So in that aspect, it's like, I'm still doing it for selfish gratification, but it's like the trust and respect is not there. That's not going to happen often. Because that's a rare situation. If we do not fix this and she does not gain that trust and respect
that's what I was gonna ask you.
Eventually I'm going to be like, bye, it's not going to work. This is why it's not going to work.
So it depends on...
So she has the... Go ahead.
It depends on whatever it was that made the trust and respect go between you and that person.
Yes.
If she gets
so she can always get back to that after I put that out there. She can say, what can I do to make things right? Or she could just like not put her pride and ego inside and just be like, all right, bye. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm not gonna beg you to stay.
Right.
She's not fighting. But if she's like, no, I can't lose him.
Then she will.
Rare. Like, no, I fucked up. I gotta figure out how I can make this right. In that aspect,
that's the type of person that everybody wants.
In that aspect, it's like, okay, if they do not try to get that trust and respect back, I'm gone. Cause she's not gonna leave. She's not gonna leave. She's going to like a lot of the benefits she's getting there. So she's not gonna leave. Even if he's an asshole one day, I hate him one day, but I love him. No, she will get over shit.
But she's being selfish. She's trying to get what she can.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So in that regard, if for me personally, the trust and respect have to be there. But most men don't care.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's the selfishness, right? Even this is selfish. I'm just built different.
What's selfish? Having sex?
No, the trust and respect. That's selfish. Because it's like, I have to trust and respect you for me to stay present in this dynamic. That's selfish. But like I said,
that's a good selfish.
Yeah, I'm reversed than the regular guy.
Yeah.
The average dude could not trust and respect you, but it's like, oh, she looks good. Every man wants her. But who cares about the OnlyFans? I don't respect that. I don't trust it. But I mean, I'm getting, selfish gratification here, sexual gratification, eye candy.
Maybe they even share in the money of the OnlyFans.
There you go. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So he's thinking all aspects of himself. But, it's reverse with me. I'm thinking of all aspects in myself, but the trust and respect are big for me because of the principles. Like the man, like an average guy, will throw his principles in the garbage.
Yep. just to get some ass
Exactly.
with somebody that he doesn't know, doesn't trust, and doesn't love.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a woman can be like that too if she's highly in her masculine.
Yes, that's very true.
So if the woman is in highly in her feminine, she can't fuck with you if she doesn't trust and respect you.
Yeah.
Because she needs those things to remain present.
That's true.
You see? But if the woman is highly in her masculine, I'll reiterate, she can do it.
Yeah, because I feel like a woman that's highly in her masculine is one of those that, well, if you can do it, I can do it too.
That's also feminist mentality.
Exactly.
They're all synonymous. Yeah.
But
a lot of people don't know of these terms.
Yeah.
They just do certain things and just like, oh, well, you know, da-da-da. Somebody like a woman specifically, or even a man who's really complaining about double standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you a male feminist? Are you like who cares? Yeah, there's double standards out there. Who cares? I know for a fact there's shit that's gonna favor me. That's not gonna a woman. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about shit that's gonna favor her. That's not gonna favor me. Like, I'm not gonna complain that she gets in for free and I gotta pay admission to get into the club. Who cares? I don't care. I'm not gonna complain about that. Because there'll be a lot of aspects where I'm gonna get benefits in that you not. So the man, he understands this. He accepts it. There's people that don't. Now, the woman who is like more so talking about the inequality that doesn't benefit her is the feminist. Because most likely she stays quiet for the ones that do benefit her. So you got to pay attention to those things. Does she speak up for that too?
Yeah.
Why don't she put her fist on her hips and be like, no, bouncer, I am a woman who wants equality, in empowerment. You should charge me too. I want to pay.
Yep. Let's see how many women do that.
How many women are going to do that?
Not many.
You see? So you got to pay attention to that. That's a feminist. Yeah. She might not even realize she is. So we got to identify these things. We got to identify these psychological terms. And these are on a path of knowing yourself too.
Definitely. And not to, because this is going to go on a whole different topic, but those feminists too, you got to see what exactly, just like you said, what exactly, and is it all women that they're, want equal rights for, or just the ones that look like them? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But let's not get into that because I'll go on a tangent about that stuff. But yeah, no, I was one of those, if you could do it, I could do it too. But I never saw myself as like a hardcore feminist. You know what I mean? Like, my mom was very feminist. Although she did things like she would iron my dad's underwears. I think I've said this in like one of the earlier ones. But I was never like, oh, women power. I was never like that. I was more like, and I guess this is where a more selfish aspect, if you guys could do it, I could do it too. Like, how come, what is the difference there? But never like, men are shit. Never like that.
Because you grew up with your father though.
Yeah.
That's a difference. So even though the mom was kind of feministic, I don't know if that's a word, but let's make it up now. Right? Feministic. You kind of was just like, oh, I could do that. But then
so I kind of took bits and pieces, I guess, of what I wanted to.
Yeah. So imagine a woman who's like that and there's no man present.
That makes sense.
She's going to be fucked. And that's a generational curse. If she doesn't know herself and heal, she's never going to break because she's going to follow the same thing. Could be a single mom. She becomes a single mom.
Yep.
When I was young, she just used to bring different dudes. Now she does that. But she don't have a daughter. She got a son.
That's bad too.
Maybe she got a daughter. Throwing hypotheticals. So let's say daughter, because that's more. It's going to continue a generational curse. The daughter sees that. The daughter does that. Daughter might be twerking on Snap. And you don't know what the byproduct of that was. Could have been shit that she saw very, very early that, oh, this is acceptable. This is acceptable.
But with the son, he could see that too. It's okay to treat a woman like that. I've seen it all my life. It's bad either way. Either way is bad.
Yeah. All right. So, what about, can you live with someone you hate?
Can you live with someone that you hate? Again,
I
think
no. Hate, trust, and don't trust and respect. Like, can you live with them?
I think tons of people are doing that. Where because of the economy. Right. And let's say they want to get a divorce, but they can't either live separately. And now if they have children, they can't afford two different, either rent or mortgage. You have the kids. So what are they going to do? Let's live together and act like, let's get a divorce. We stay in the same house. You do you, I do me. We act like, but that's the same thing.
So yeah, so it's
I
kind of like
definitely think that people can do that, and it's sad because you shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying? How sometimes that distance helps you heal. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. Let's say you got a divorce. That's great. You're on the right path to helping your family heal, and maybe that's the way to do it. But if you're still constantly in each other's faces, how are you supposed to heal from that?
becomes like roommates.
It becomes like roommates, but all that hostility is still there. You're still seeing that person every day. Whatever it is that they annoyed you about, you still have to share that kitchen space. You still got to share the living or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? All that animosity is still there. You need some time away from that person.
If the kids are present, they're gonna feel that
Worse.
energy.
Yeah, even worse.
They're gonna feel that energy. Like
Yep.
no matter what my dad did with my mom, like before he got to become a reverend and stuff, cheated many times. Like I don't have proof of this because they done a really good job by not like
Bringing you guys into it.
Yeah, they fought. I heard them fighting, but when I would come close to the door, it would be shut in my face. And this is young. I remember this as a child.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Second, no matter what he did, I always saw him come home, and this was as a child, and I remember this shit. I always saw him come home and greet her by hugging her and kissing her on the mouth. So that's obviously ingrained, right?
Right.
So that's why I'm saying the kids will pick up on it.
Of course.
And I don't need to know what love is as a child, but in my mind, I could be thinking, oh, my dad loves my mom. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I just see that. So the kids will pick up on it. You know, they're not going to know about hugs, affection. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to know if they don't see it. Like you're talking about, oh yeah, so now it's kind of like this and that. And I was mentioning roommates. So they don't see any affection or anything like that. Not even words of affirmation to each other. Even special holidays. They don't see it. They're not going to believe affection exists. So when they get into their dynamic, they're not. So my dynamics, even when I believed I was fucked up back in the day and toxic and emotionally unavailable, I still held my woman's hand. I talked about when I was 24. I still held my woman's hand, but I told her straight up, I'm not emotionally available. You keep telling me you love me, but just don't expect me to say it back.
Eesh, that's rough.
You know what I'm saying? Don't expect, oh, you love me. You just don't want to admit. No, I don't. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Because
don't.
when I say it, I mean it. So, but she wasn't going anywhere. But at the end of the day, I was still providing, protecting, holding hands, being affectionate. So in a sense, like, but why is that? Because of what I saw.
Yeah.
So we view the world as children. How we view the world as children, we view it now if we don't learn.
Right, if you don't grow.
Go
from
through
things.
experiences, research, educate ourselves. You see, so can I?
Go ahead.
Good.
No, you go.
You remember what you're gonna say? Write it down.
Yep.
Can I live with someone I hate, don't respect, don't trust? No.
Yeah, I could never.
No.
I can never see you doing that, especially the way
because
that
eventually when I ended up leaving these women, it's because I couldn't fake it. That's why. Scorpio shit. We just don't fake shit. And if we doing it in the beginning, it's not gonna last. We're very straightforward. Like we're one of the most intense signs out there. We're very straightforward, brutally honest sometimes. So it's like when we fuck with you, that's a big deal. That's because we keep our circle small. So if I come to a point where I'm out, it's definitely something bad you did. And I'm not trying to get you back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, I can't fake shit. One of my last relationships, I was telling the woman, listen, you just not submissive. You want to be a girlfriend. You want a boyfriend. And I can't be that for you. You know, but before that, the whole day we was arguing. She want to bring feminist shit now. I'm like, where's this shit coming from? This may be how she was always is, but she was playing the game, trying to get a major goal. So we're at dinner and she's crying. So me, I don't like to let people see me sweat. So I go by close to her. I'm like stroking her hair and like kind of cuddling her close. And I said, listen, I'm not like that dude. I, no disrespect, but I'm not gonna give you energy. He was giving you a lot of energy, making your life hell for y'all breaking up. You're not gonna hear from me. I might miss you every day. I promise you won't hear from me. So I'm like, she crying or whatever, wiping her tears. I said, listen, if you leave, no hard feelings. I'm not gonna hold it against you. I wish you the best. And she answers, I wouldn't have any hard feelings as well. What does that tell you?
She wasn't present.
Exactly. She don't want to be here no more. You see, I read in depth as a psychology major.
Maybe
Because if she wanted that, she would have been like, oh no, that's not true. I could really be the woman for you. I could live this lifestyle. I deserve you. No, but now she's bringing insecurities. Oh no, maybe you need to find somebody that's been in this lifestyle. Maybe you need to do this. Oh, I wouldn't mind if you did it either. Come on, that's a woman that's given up. That's a woman that's mentally, emotionally checked out. So what am I going to do? I'm prideful. Okay, if you don't want to be here, I'm not going to fight. Take care. And don't expect me to give you hell.
Right.
I wish you the best. And maybe that's not what you used to. You used to toxic. Oh, she want to leave me? Nobody leaves me. So you know what? Maybe if she got a car, I'm going to key her car. I'm going to show up at her house every day. Girl, I got a lot of things to do. I don't got time for that. I got to move forward. If you're not trying to come with me, I can't have things dragging me down like an anchor. The boat's trying to take off.
Yep.
So if you don't want to be here, like, yo, I release you. I feel bad now if I'm just keeping you against your will, because that's not what the lifestyle's about.
Right.
So in that moment, it's like that. So can I fake it? No, I'm not going to be able to fake it. And that's what it comes down to. It's about yourself, like how you view yourself.
Yep.
Like, are you real with yourself? So if I hate you, if I don't trust and respect you, and I'm not saying I hate any of my exes.
Right.
I'm just using an example. I wish them all the best. To me, it's like, if I do have all those components, all those components are present. Like, I have hatred towards you. There's no love. There's no respect. There's no trust. I can't live with you too long.
Yeah.
Can't live in the relationship. Like, we'll get our own
Yeah.
places.
That would be off. I mean, I was in that situation.
That's
when I was with my ex,
That's-
the father of my children.
Mhm.
So I lived. It got so bad, where it was unhealthy. You know what I mean?
That's why for me it's very important who I choose. Like I said in the show prior, episode 137, season 13, right? I said this, that I could have it tomorrow. I could have it whenever I want. Kids, marriage, whatever.
Oh, that life.
But that's why it's very important who I choose.
It's important who everyone chooses.
Yeah, but I'm just speaking for me, because a lot of people don't think like that.
Right.
They don't really plan their future.
And they really should.
They don't plan their future. If it happens, it happens. We'll just live with it day by day. We'll just, do it together. We'll figure it out together. I'm not a figure it out type of guy. I'm all about results. I'm all about absolutes. Like, this is a sure thing.
You're a planner.
Yeah. So for me personally, I'm going to pick right, because she's going to be part of the legacy of raising them. So it can't be a situation where I don't love you, I hate you, I don't respect you and trust you, and now I'm saying bye, and now my son is raised without a father. Yeah, we can co-parent, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's true.
So, or the daughter. We could co-parent. Right. It's not the same. She's going to be fucked up.
Yep.
For sure. And she's going to look for other things externally for validation.
Yeah. I mean, not that I don't think that it can't work, but both parents have to be very present in their child's life, even if they're not together. Like, you're right. It's not the same. Seeing the parent every day at night, having dinner, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. It's not the same, but it's better to have two happy homes with two parents that are present than one unhappy home. Or if one of the parents is like, yeah, I'll see them whenever. I'll see them in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks comes like, oh, I'm busy next week. That's not good either.
Episode 141, the traditional clash with modern. Like, why? We had Daphne on, episode 141, season 13. She asked a question, and like I said, when I'm driving the car and I'm going fast, there ain't no stopping me until I reach my destination. But I want to bring this back up because I don't think I answered her question. So I'm going to answer it now. She said, you think it's healthy if, how do I remember this shit? She said, do you think it's healthy if the parents are arguing in front of the children?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no.
That is a definite no.
Yeah. So even in the book series, Stuck Between Two Different Worlds, Dom, Sophia, Estrella, and all the other characters I created, whenever they're going to argue, Dom's like, yo, let's go in the other room.
Or are they talking code? Don't they talk in code in front of the kids?
No.
No, never?
No, when they
I'm
were doing Bonnie and
I'm
Clyde.
making shit up now from the books.
Yeah, when they were doing Bonnie and Clyde shit.
Okay, that's where the code.
Not in front of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a situation where I believe that is detrimental to the kid's mental health.
100%.
Visually, what he's seeing, or she's seeing.
Yep.
And how they can view their relationship. So most likely if the father doesn't show respect with the mom, he not gonna feel like he could respect the woman he's with. Now I'm not talking about for this guy to respect all women. It's not in his nature to respect all women because there are different types of females out there.
Yep.
Don't get things misconstrued.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? The hoe don't deserve respect. She gotta earn it. I already don't respect what she do and how she's moving, so she's not gonna get my respect.
And chicks with loose
just
hands
because she's a
think
woman
that they can just go and smack somebody, they don't deserve respect
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, the women who's scamming dudes, you know what I mean, who ain't being held accountable for that, probably was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Putting things in their drinks or whatever. Boom. So no, I don't respect you. You don't gain. You gotta earn it. You don't get respect because so the guy that sees respect from his father to given to the mom, when he gets in his relationship, he's gonna kind of like mold that in that sense. He's gonna mimic it almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of what he saw. The same thing with the woman. If the girl sees how the father is treating the mom, she's gonna want that.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yep.
She gonna want that. She's not gonna want to settle for anything. She might get lost through the path with certain guys who are like wore a great mask and stuff. So she fuck with a lot of toxic bad boys. But that's because she has a yearning for that love.
For acceptance.
So she's like believing these dudes. Yo, let's go rob a bank. And she's just going along with it because she thinks, well, if I do this, and I know it's immoral, maybe he's gonna love me.
Yeah. Well,
And
this
I
is
get
young-minded.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's also not knowing yourself. So it could be a woman who's 35 because she probably has a mentality of a 16-year-old.
Yep.
It
She's
could
stuck
be,
in that.
it could be and the same thing with a guy who's 35 who has a 15-year-old mentality.
Yeah. To touch on what she asked about should kids see their parents arguing and fighting and all that stuff. My kids used to, when they were smaller and their dad would argue, they would always look to me. If I was calm, then they would just keep coloring or playing whatever they were doing. Now, as they got older, right, and I guess my patience was not as high, and I would react. Even to this day, and they're 23 and 26. To this day, if they're watching TV and they hear something loud in the other room, it could be them with just in somebody else's house or in a restaurant. They have to stop and listen to see, is that a fight going on? What's happening? Like they're on full alert. You know what I'm saying? That's a byproduct of seeing your or hearing. I think it's even worse if you just hear it and you don't see it, because you could be hearing shit that's making so much noise and maybe it's not as big, but just in any of that, it's so detrimental for the kids.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, I mean, it's big, but I do feel that there are there are a lot of people, especially modern culture, who don't have values.
Yeah,
So me, like when I go out there and date, right, and I'm looking for women, no matter where I met them, could meet them on social media, could have met them in person, Barnes and Noble, gas station, supermarket, wherever, right, library. Um, I check to see how active they are on social media. I always get their social media because I want to see how you act when you feel like a lot of people are not looking. So if she's like really, really active, like, oh, I'm a superstar on social media, like I'm so famous online. Do you know that's the same as being famous on Monopoly? Like, what? You're famous on social media, so nobody knows you in real life. I can't Google you. Like, you don't get the same attention when you go out there in person. Oh, okay. You're like a fairy tale living girl, and you have a mentality like that. That's crazy to me. I see
Yeah.
that. Like,
Especially
oh,
on
I'm a
Instagram.
superstar. Like, she breaking her back to, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Like, she's so like crazy with it, and it's not like she's making money off there.
She's just
It's
doing
mainly from notoriety. Whatever it is, right?
Right.
So I'm looking at that and I'm like, nah, I'm not like gonna invest. Like I will get to the core because depending on how we met and how we connected in the beginning for me to get the number and then social media, she might have been different, right? So I'm gonna get to the core. Your mentality is so great. You're so spiritual. You're so feminine. Why do you do a lot of masculine stuff online? Why do you act like this online and you know this ain't real, but you are like this in real life? Then I'm gonna get to the core. When she tells me stupid rhetoric like, oh, that's nothing, this and that, I'm gonna ask her this question next. How can anybody trust you? How can I trust you? Because you like to wear many different masks and you aren't even the same person. It's different wearing many different masks. I said this earlier. I wear many different masks, especially work. But why? I'm still dominant, right? I'm still that person. Yep. Those values are still there, even at the job. So it's like, in a way, you showing me that you have these principles and values and stuff like that. You told me that verbally when we were talking over the phone. So you believe that showing ass and stuff online is just principles too? Doing this, talking like this, you hate men. So you're a feminist too on Instagram, but you're not when I was talking to you and when I met you.
Yeah, that's funny.
So it's funny because I'm thinking like, do you really believe that?
It's like being two-faced.
Yeah, so the stuff that you post, do you really believe it?
Yeah, that's funny.
So now I'm gonna like get to the core. I'm gonna make her think so much. Damn, no man ever asked me that. My best friends, my girls don't even like hold me accountable. Like, wait a minute. Are you a hater? Like, maybe it's you. She don't take accountability because she's fucked up. She not healed. Flips it on me. Oh, why are you so insecure? Why did this? Why did that? It's just things. People just let people be free, and that's a place for you to be free and stuff. What are you gonna say?
What if you ask them for their social media and they say, "Oh, I'm not on social media"? That's a plus or a bonus for you?
It's a bonus.
I mean, a plus or...
It's a bonus, but I'm gonna research.
I said the two are the same thing. It's not a red flag. Like, what do you mean you're not on social media?
No.
Why not?
Maybe the modern guy will think like that. Me, I'm like, oh, yes. Oh, what else could we get? That's good. Oh, you cook and clean? Yes, that's 2 points. What else? You don't wait for the man to cook and clean. You do it? What else? Are you feminine, submissive? Oh, yeah, I've always been. Oh, yes, these are pluses. Now, I am excited about all these things, right? Yeah. But I'm not no goofball. What you think I'm going to do?
Research. I was about to ask you
Yeah, and
that.
put her to the test.
How could you research, though, if she has social media or not?
Because some people use their real name. But the way things are also constructed nowadays with emails and everything, you can find somebody.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? So ultimately,
one of my coworkers doesn't have it.
Ultimately, she's not gonna be able to. And people don't even get it with iPhones and shit like that. They tracking your location if you don't put that down. So I might have been in a supermarket in the town where somebody else was, and now she comes up in my suggestions. Yo, if you are a spiritual man and spiritual woman, I promise you, they are going to help you. And who do
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean by they?
Ancestors. Yep,
Yes.
definitely.
So when women are trying to like, oh,
Shit
yo, I'm
will
gonna
be
hide this
shown.
shit. I'm gonna hide this shit from them. Something's gonna be pop up.
Oh,
She might
yeah.
come up on your Explorer. Wait a minute. Scroll up.
Yeah.
Zoom in. Ding, ding. I want to ask you something. Yeah,
You should screenshot
yeah,
it.
Yeah, Daddy, what's up? Do you have a twin you never told me about? No. Oh, okay. Just want to make sure, cause I see somebody that looks like you. Scrolling through whatever it is. The dumbest thing that woman could do is leave a page open. Dummy.
That's
Dummy.
true.
She gonna be found more. But now it's like, but I could see it from the profile picture. Request them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, she looks exactly like her. She said she don't have a. So something's gonna happen.
Thumbs up.
Or mutual friends or encounters.
Yep. That's
What if she shows up at a spot like, yo, you tell her, you don't even tell her, right? Because most men are not like, they don't have this open communication. This is like BDSM, but we're not talking about BDSM. We're straying away from it. Just regular modern relationship. He's going out with his boys, doesn't tell her about it. They just don't have that open communication.
Right.
And
they show up at the same spot.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
So, like I'm telling you, the people, it's all about karma. If you are leading things the right way, if you are a man and you know you enter your dynamic and you treat the woman you are with well, like I might be an asshole to a lot of chicks, but this is what makes you special. You get to see the kindness of me. Because why would I be a dick if you're not giving me bitch energy?
Right. And that's supposed to be
That's-
your submissive. or your
Yeah,
partner or
feminist
whatever.
energy. That just doesn't make sense. I'm not a dick.
Yep.
I'm going to give you the energy that you give me. So you're going to get the kind part of me. Where I could still be dominant, but you're going to see, damn, is he different? No, this is what you're earning. Once she gets to know me, she'll be like, oh yeah, because he doesn't do that with a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people who treat the one that they're with like shit and everybody else nice.
Yeah, that's weird. That's
awful.
backwards.
Yeah, I don't understand
So
that.
if you are leading as a man, right, and you're treating your woman right, the gods are going to help you.
I
So if
firmly
she's doing
believe
funny
that.
shit, she's going to get caught. If he's doing funny shit, he's going to get caught.
Yep. Everything comes out into the open, that's for sure.
You know, so it's like, it's all about that. You know, it's all about morals. That's what it comes down to. So if you don't have morals, values, and a code, you're going to engage in this.
If you don't know
So
yourself either,
modern society is more so like, damn, you don't have social media? Everybody does.
Yeah, that's weird.
They don't look in depth of, well, maybe she's a homebody. Maybe she likes to read and doesn't watch TV. Maybe she works a lot. You know, she has a prestigious job. She can't afford to be seen in the public because that could ruin her opportunities, business opportunities and stuff. Maybe she just views that as like,
Toxic
yo,
stuff.
it's toxic. I am actually a more physical interaction type of person.
Could be.
Like, I don't even like phone calls. I mean, no, my bad. I don't even like texts. I like phone calls. Like, can you FaceTime me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, are you reading that in depth? Probably not. The traditional guy probably will be, because he knows himself and he's his education, his psychology, his mindset is at a high level. His intuition is at a high level. You know what I'm saying? His spirit is at a high level. So these cues like, oh, she said this, I got goosebumps. Maybe that's a sign she's telling the truth.
And some people won't even feel that.
She said this, I sneezed. Maybe that's a sign she's telling the truth.
The
or
sneezing,
not.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the sneezing definitely.
That's-
Goosebumps, probably she's lying. Depends on how you look at that.
Yeah, it's
so
the
it's like
feeling that you're
the
getting.
modern guy, oh, why don't you have social media? You know, I never see you post a lot of selfies. All the girls are doing it. Why don't you post yourself ever in a bikini? Like, live a little bit more. These are the toxic dudes that make it so bad for society too. They're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because women follow men. The feminine is built to attract. Women follow men. So if a guy is just encouraging you, oh yeah, make OnlyFans. Shake your booty. You're a free, independent woman, boss bitch. Shake your booty online. Fuck what they say. You see?
Yeah, that's so bad.
You know what? He's right. He's right. You know, and he seems masculine to me. He's not. He's not masculine. Maybe the exterior, but his energy is what matters more. His spirit is what matters more.
Yeah.
His mentality is what matters more.
Exactly.
And he's telling you to degrade yourself,
Yeah.
setting you up for failure. Because even he's not gonna fucking wife you. That's crazy. Like, women ain't even looking at that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. But would you date me? I probably ain't asked him that. You're telling me to do this. Would you date me if I did it? And then he's mind boggled. A lot of women won't ask that question. They're just gonna run on board. Oh, he said it's okay, so great. I'm getting validation.
They see the dollar signs.
Because they live for validation of men too.
That too.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah, imagine this is a guy who's already in it, telling you to do it. You know, you could get money, you could get this, you could get so many followers.
Yeah.
That's
There's
awful.
a song called Act Bad. Diddy Fabulous is featured in that. And you hear them in the background. Yeah, girl, act bad, act bad, act bad, act bad. The beat is dope, but the lyrics are trash. The woman is saying, the woman that's rapping is pretty much saying, if you look good, act bad. If you look good, act bad.
Who's the rapper?
If he ain't got no money, we ain't saving your number.
When is the
I don't know. It's one of these young rappers. Like, when they talk, I can't understand them. I gotta listen to it so many times. But it's terrible. So if a young woman is listening to that, oh, she's at a level of success.
And look who's
okay.
backing her
If you
too.
look good, act bad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's okay to do whole shit. We don't call it that. We call it women empowerment.
Yeah, now.
So
this world is so upside down and backwards.
So in
lately.
a sense, the reason why you won't do this is because you have morals. If you will, you don't have any.
Yep.
You don't have values.
Gotta
You don't
work
have a
on that.
code.
Yep.
You don't have any of those things. The only way you're going to build morals within yourself is when you get back into your DNA. And when you get back into your DNA, you get into the traditional realm. You get into the traditional aspect.
Yeah.
You start to behave traditionally.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You know, old-fashioned, old school, how it was back in the day. That's how it is.
I agree.
You know, so a lot of these mechanical engineered products, whatever, social media places, they're built to keep the youth in shackles.
Yeah, to keep us
Mental
dumb.
shackles, emotional shackles, invisible physical shackles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, in a way, if they do not heal, do their own research, associate themselves around people who are high level mentally and healthy, they're gonna fall into the trap.
They're gonna be stuck
And then
where
they're
at.
gonna have kids.
Yep.
Not being healed.
And keeping them stuck.
Yeah, so now it's a generational curse. Right?
Definitely.
So that doesn't get broken until maybe that one person, it could be third generation,
Yeah.
man or woman, finally is like, something's not right because they're chosen from the higher powers.
And
And,
it's
that's why
usually-
they are able to elevate early.
Is usually the black sheep too, because everybody else is the regular sheep. Let's keep doing what we've been doing for centuries, for years. Is the black sheep that says something's wrong here. We're gonna change things around. And that black sheep, with everybody, the family thinking that that person is such a troublemaker, is such a this. The funny thing is that's the one that's gonna break the generational curses for the rest of the family.
They're like a god and goddess with amnesia. They have to remember who they are. And well, first they gotta find themselves. If they find themselves, they're gonna remember who they are.
Yeah.
When they remember who they are, they're gonna see that there's a God in them, right? And then they're gonna act accordingly. And then they will dive into their powers, and they will realize what their power is, and they will hone in on that. And then when they hone in on that, that's the only way that they could take that to the next level. And then they could be up top, like bringing people with them. But they can't do that without healing and knowing themselves.
Exactly.
They might have special abilities, but if they aren't aware of themselves, they'll never remember who they were.
Well,
Because
I
it's a
strongly
spiritual
believe-
thing.
Yeah, I strongly believe that. All right, so what happened to you as a child or whatever, that's not your fault. But you keeping those things that you learned as a child and not progressed and learn differently, that is your fault. That's you keeping the generational curse alive. I also believe that people who make the biggest difference are people who have gone through some rough, ugly shit. Because, and not only go through it, but have learned from it and have grown from it. Because you can go through ugly shit and still be the same piece of shit that you were when you went through it. If you don't challenge yourself or help your own self. Nobody's gonna come and save you. You got to save yourself, and then you can apply that. And that's why I think people with the most trauma, who have come out of it and learned from it, are like game changers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Personally, because if you live a nice, comfy life, what do you know about suffering from some, that person suffering? You can't, if you haven't been through something similar, then how can you have, maybe apathy is not the right word, but how can you know what they're going through unless you've gone through shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no room for improvement.
Exactly.
So when you go through these experiences, there's room for improvement.
There's levels. You grow if you want to.
The biggest thing about it is you're bound to be a leader because you're chosen, right? So you might say you don't want to be, but they already made the decision.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's written in the stars.
Too bad, buddy. Yeah.
So in a way, it's like, you're gonna be a leader. I don't want to be a role model. I'm not a role model. It doesn't matter because there's somebody looking up to you.
Yep.
No matter what. Exactly. Little girl, little young boy.
It could be your own kids. It could be your nieces and nephews, your cousins. It could be a stranger.
Yeah, so you don't choose.
Exactly.
Right? People appoint you sometimes. Yep. They, higher powers, appoint you. So in a sense of, they might say, yo, we want this person to be a leader. They're going to go through this. They need to prevail. Mm-hmm. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yep. So we need that because only leaders are strong. Mm-hmm. So if you're if you go through all this and then you can learn from it, you can teach others because they're probably okay, that person I need to choose too, that person I need to choose. But you already went through it. So you need to teach them and you need to help them get there. That's why I appointed you. I didn't just appoint you to just be popular on Instagram and be the most Googled in the world. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I appointed you for a special reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a special occasion. And we need all these others to get into the same realm as well, because that's what it's all about, for your special purpose. Mm-hmm.
Everybody got to get into that same energy, that same rhythm.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes the ancestors do that. Like they'll put you in a position where you got no choice but to step up.
Yeah, there's certain, everybody in the higher power realm has a job, right? So God might appoint this person, like your guardian angel. Okay, you're going to be in charge of Suhei. Follow their life. Report back to me. Like the boss. God's the boss. So you're going to be in charge. So now that person is assisting you. That's why when you feel certain things, right? It's like, because I used to watch a lot of Hercules, like the Kevin Sorbo sitcom. When these gods were present and you couldn't see them, they were making people react.
Yeah, act like not themselves.
Yeah, that's why I say sometimes it's an evil spirit when the woman's doing something, when the man's doing something. Mm-hmm. It's that evil spirit that's feeding off that hatred, that whatever, with this and that, how you treating the woman, whatever it is. And it's while that evil spirit is present, they're influencing your energy because your energy is weak. So if those evil spirits are present, because people just think, oh, good shit. No, evil spirits are around too. Yeah. The devil loved you too.
Sometimes even more.
So now it's in a way, if they can't really touch you, that's because you God chosen, you highly favored, highly protected. So they can't influence your energy, no matter what it is, money, sex, girls, or whatever. Or for women, it's the last resort, this and that. For guys, sex, for money, whatever it is. Oh, you're gonna wear a dress, you're gonna take this up the ass, you're gonna do this. If they can't do that because your energy is so strong, that's why. They're always present.
Yep,
they could be present now, but they can't make you do certain things or behave uncharacteristic because your energy's too powerful. Mm-hmm.
And
So
you know
they
yourself.
feed off of the weak.
Yeah, I agree.
They feed off of the weak. So this is one of the reasons why when you're born and then you're coming out your mother and then the ancient spirit goes into you, because a lot of these people that think like this have an old soul.
Mm-hmm.
So when you now have an old soul, you have a special light in you.
Mm-hmm.
So these all these spirits can be like, yo, let's gravitate towards them. Da-da-da-da-da. There are certain lights that can influence and certain lights that's block.
Mm.
So in a way, like, it depends if you God chosen or not. So if you are God chosen, evil can't touch you.
Mm. They'll
And
try, but
you
they
know what I'm
can't.
saying? Because the spirit is more powerful. It's not about the physical. It's the spirit that's more powerful. So if your spirit is weak, evil will influence you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll realize it. Let's say you're inebriated, drunk, alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So if your character's being, oh yeah, yo, they're the most vulnerable. They're letting their guard down. Now evil comes.
Yep.
And they make you do uncharacteristic things and you do it. Because they know now, oh, every time they're inebriated, that's when they're the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
The
Don't
woman
drink,
who
people.
says she won't ever go back to the guy who's abusing her physically, emotionally, psychologically. She gets horny. This is when the spirits come. Oh, go to her, girl. Go to him. Da 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 da. Now she goes, and she don't take accountability. She puts it on. I'm weak.
Right,
He
I'm
does
drunk.
it the best. I'm used to. Oh, he did a lot of great shit in the past. She'll make excuses for him.
Yeah.
You see.
All right.
Any final thoughts?
I think we have such awesome topics. No, I'm just happy that we have season 14 premiere. I can't believe it. I'm gonna keep on saying that. I can't believe we're over here. And that's it. I love being your co-host, and let's keep it going.
Yeah, man. Get this right, yo.
I'm sorry,
Like I'm gonna take it away. I'm gonna start doing it. Come on, like
You see,
it's
you
less
think
time
he's nice on
consuming
the
when
show. No, it's all the time. It's all
less
the
time
He's-
consuming when we could like work together and I do this side, whatever. I got the camera, whatever it is. You record, we set it up, record 1, 2, 3, boom. We do it at the same time. Versus this, like, come on.
Next time you guys see us, it's gonna be right, and it's gonna be I'm gonna be
Yeah.
the one to have done it.
So, my final thoughts are: you can love someone you don't trust and respect. You can have sex with someone you don't trust and respect. You can live with and hate someone and you don't trust and respect. Or live with someone you hate and or don't trust or respect. You can. But if you do, it's your lack of a moral compass. It's a lack of respect for yourself. Where is your dignity? And your spirit is tainted. That's what it comes down to. Now, I'm not urging women to walk away because that's more of like a masculine thing. I'm urging women to choose better, accept better, date for a while because then you can see how he is in many different circumstances, many different environments. How he is he good at resolving conflict? Does he handle disputes well? When he gets angry, how does he behave? Is that okay with me?
Oh, I have a good one. Withhold sex for the first couple of dates and see how he acts. If he is expecting sex and then you're like, no, I'm not ready for that, and he's like, fuck you, bitch, get out my car. That's a flag.
Well, see, I disagree with that. If the woman is traditional, that makes sense. Do what she said. If the woman's out there gave the cheeks a lot, like she just fucked the dude last week and he was a bozo. She knew he was a bozo. She went back to the ex because she was horny. And she told you about that because she was talking. Maybe she got excited and was a dummy and let that shit slip, but he retained mental information.
Well,
she had multiple one-night stands 3 months ago.
Yeah, that makes sense.
3 one-night
If he
stands
knows
3
that,
months
yeah.
ago. But she's conscious of shit. She knows what it is. And he's retaining that information and she's doing that. Of course, it's his right to say that because he's like looking at it like, okay, at this point,
Right,
I'm
what
a
about
fuck
me?
too.
Yeah. No,
Like,
yeah.
like, yo, young Markson said this in episode 128. Does the options change as you age? He said, yo, you was doing all this. These women have all these standards now. This is him verbatim. He said, these women have all these standards now. Wait a minute. But you look at her ex. He didn't meet this criteria. He didn't have a six pack. He didn't have this money. Wait a minute. So now I gotta be punished? Maybe that's not verbatim. But now give me that same treatment too.
Yes,
You see?
if it's like that, yes. If he knows her from the neighborhood,
And I'm not
whatever,
debating
yeah.
you.
No. I'm just saying that if a woman says to a man, "I'm not ready to have sex," and he reacts that way, just off rip, not knowing, just meeting her, that's a red flag. That's all I was saying.
But
I agree with you.
But her
Not-
history,
not
her
much.
history have to match.
Yep.
Okay, watch this. The guy who's intuitive is gonna be a conversationalist. He ain't hiding shit and he ain't keeping shit to himself. So let's say it was me and she said that. I'm gonna get information. Oh, so did you do this before? Yeah. So why is there a restriction now? And I'm asking a genuine question. I'm not going to be that guy like, fuck you, bitch, da-da-da. I spent all this money on you. No. I'm going to get to the core. Remember, I like to ask questions to get people to either snitch on themselves, contradict themselves, or tell the truth. So boom. So now, if she's saying, oh, yeah, I had these one night stands last week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you're telling me this week you changed? The healing process takes a bit.
That's true.
You don't just wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. You could be like, I'm not doing this anymore, and you get on the path. There will be bumps in the road to make you regress. But if you prevail and not regress, you're healed. So if you regress, no. So the guy's going to do his due diligence and ask questions. Because no matter what, it's the man asking the woman questions or the woman asking the man questions, somebody's going to expose themselves. So the woman will show in every aspect that she's traditional. Okay, she told me she's not going to do this. You know what the guy's going to do? And he don't have to be smart to do this. He going to go on if she got her social media. She does. He's going to look to see how she's behaving. Oh, she's playing games. I'm going to play games. I'm going to retain information and not open my mouth. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But my alternative is I'm going to fuck her. But I'm not going to tell her that because of what he saw. Yo, she's lying, bro. She's not even telling the truth. She's withholding sex, but she shows her booty online.
Yeah,
So wait a minute. She doesn't value her body. Sex is part of her body and part of submission. She does not.
That's true.
So he's going to be thinking, yo, she's playing games. So maybe that's why he said, fuck you, bitch. Maybe he did all his research before that, but maybe he didn't. He's just initially like that because he's a crybaby. He's a brat and he just can't handle rejection. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the woman's words have to match her actions. So if I saw from the beginning how you words online and whatever, everything lines with tradition, oh, I'm not ready for this. I've been celibate for 6 months. I've been celibate for 8 months. I've been celibate for a year. And it's really, really true. Okay, I could respect that. The man can respect it if he's the traditional guy. He gonna respect that. But even if he's traditional, if he sees that other things don't align with that, he's gonna be like, nah, I'm not even wasting my time here because she's playing games. And that's what it comes down to. Yep. So my final thoughts to finish, you can, depending on the person, but if you are not like spiritually awoken, you're not going to have these morals. You're not going to have these principles. And you will engage in this stuff. And eventually, because that person is toxic, most definitely, you're going to be absorbing their energy. And no matter where you wanted to progress, you're going to regress because you're absorbing that person's energy. They're not in their divinity or not even like on their path to get there. So ultimately, like you're going to be constantly fucking yourself up by remaining there. And then now time flies, right? 5 years you've invested in there. Now you're fucked up for the next guy because now you're on your healing journey and now you're missing out on the opportunity to connect with somebody that was a lot better, that was healthier.
Divine timing, okay?
So it's like stop fucking yourself up for the next person, men and women. Stop it. Some people deserve quality things that are intangible. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you cannot ask for traditional benefits if you do not behave traditionally. People need to say that. It's a fact, yo. People need to say that. Nobody's going to have their cake and eat it too. Women, you are the happiest when you are in your power when you are in your feminine, and that is traditional. So don't ask for those benefits if you are behaving modern and you just attracting and entertaining modern guys. Because even God don't believe you. You a liar. This goes back to the woman that I was talking about, that analogy. Wait a minute. Why should I believe you? Because you're doing this online. But so do you believe what you post? Even God don't believe you. The ancestors don't believe you. Your angel, your guardian angel doesn't believe you. Shaking their head. What the fuck is this nigga doing? What the fuck is this bitch doing? I was assigned to them? I was assigned to them? Damn. Goes back to God. Can I be assigned to somebody else?
Yeah.
I was assigned to them? Even they don't believe you. That's why you don't get anything you want. So it comes down to balance your masculine and feminine energy. Men are more in their masculine, their feminine is low. Women are more in their feminine, their masculine is low. And this is how we connect. Yin and yang, opposites attract. That is where it's most successful. Man, M, masculine. Female, F, feminine. That's where it is sustainable. But if the woman is feminine, masculine, and the man is feminine, they will attract, but it's not sustainable because biology trumps you. Just like the internet, it's undefeated. Biology trumps you. You can't fight that. Even the feminist, she gonna constantly regress. She might not know why. So it's not gonna last. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into, we're gonna keep the intensity. I don't know how much intense it's gonna get.
Oh, it's going to get there.
You know, Super Saiyan level 3, maybe Super Saiyan God.
Ooh.
I don't know, like 14 might be intense.
Tito's rest in peace to him, right?
Yeah. Conspiracy theory. Maybe
That'll be
Patreon.
on the next one.
Patreon?
Yeah, Patreon, definitely.
Okay. Maybe they want control of some shit. He wasn't trying
Lots of things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in to the season 14 premiere. This was your Discipline Therapy podcast, which is the most intense, real, unapologetic, no holds barred, thought-provoking, conversation stimulating after dark podcast, Discipline Therapy podcast. Peace.